Do you collect things? Because I do. Specifically, I collect labels, and I suspect you do as well. Now that I'm an adult, I've realized just how many labels I've collected for myself over the years, and I'm beginning to wonder what they actually refer to. Me, or my body, or my brain? But what's beyond my brain? Do the labels still apply here? So I've been in college lately, and as many of you know, I've completed a first year in a BSN program, and honestly, accepting that offer was one of the worst mistakes I've ever made. And let's talk about my life experience there, because boy was it stressful. I mean, my schedule was packed between hospital shifts and studying and learning how to take care of actual living, breathing patients. It was pretty hectic. My schedule was full of classes about disease and illness, ADLs, indigenous health, community health, Psych 101, anatomy and physiology, which I affectionately called NPhys, and a bunch of lab skills classes where I actually got to interact with my classmates as if they were patients. Super awkward, but not as bad as clinical, which was my least favorite part of it all. I was also an avid commuter student. I didn't have a car at the time, so I was constantly busing from home to work, to school, to the hospital, and back and forth. It was extremely stressful and also a waste of money. Why is it so expensive? But I doubt anyone wants to really hear about my studying, taking care of old people, or my boring lectures. You guys want to hear about my freaking college life, dude, and all the naughty stuff I got up to, right? And boy did I did a ton of drinking. I'm talking kombucha, I'm talking iced coffee, I'm talking Diet Coke. Oh, I didn't do the other type of drinking, which obviously made me kind of an outcast for my classmates, for more reasons than that though. This book was the only thing that kept me company, and it taught me a little bit more about life and happiness and adulthood than anything else. I'm a very philosophical person, if you couldn't tell, and I'd often lay awake at night thinking about the big questions in life. Like, how is my life already a quarter over? I haven't even done anything. How did that happen? My 20th birthday came and went, and it fizzled up a bunch of questions inside myself about life and stuff. Notably about identity and who I want to be and, the passage of time and death. Let's talk about it. One of the biggest lessons I've learned as an adult so far is how vast the world is. I don't know about you guys, but when I was at ages 0 to 18, my whole world was my room, my house, my school, and my city. But going to university really opened my eyes to realize that there's a lot more in this world than I originally thought. And if you want to live life to the fullest, you really gotta step into it with an open heart and an open mind. The amount of possibilities for the person you can be are literally endless. As many of you know, I didn't enjoy my college major because I thought it was kind of my only option for some reason. But the world is way too big to only have one option for literally anything. You can customize your life in any way you want, trust me. I have spent a lot of time wondering why I'm even here, or how did this all happen, or what's the meaning of life. And I've always come back to the same conclusion that I think everyone can unanimously agree that being happy and true to yourself is kind of I think everyone can agree that's why we're here. And I don't know about you guys, but as an adult, I'm beginning to realize that being yourself, as cringy and cliche as it sounds, is one of the best feelings, truly. Being true to what you want is... When I was working a clinical shift once, I couldn't help but notice how many of my patients were educated, privileged, accomplished, well-respected, and yes, even wealthy and rich. And yet they still ended up in a hospital. They were very sick, a lot of them were immobile and couldn't take care of themselves, and it was kind of a stark wake-up call to realize that time really does come for us all, and that time is probably the most valuable thing we have. It really made me realize that wasting time doing something you're not happy doing, spending time with people you don't enjoy being around, or having a career that doesn't make you happy, you're wasting time that is a lot more precious than you think. I mean, seriously, I don't think you guys realize how fast time speeds up once you turn 20. Another lesson that was pretty important for me to learn was low-key how important it is to keep having hope. I was pretty depressed in college. I did not have a good time, and there were a lot of days where the only thing keeping me going was hoping that it would get better and probably nothing else. It's also really important that everyone realizes just how fake the rules of the world are. I don't know about you guys, but growing up, I was always very obedient to any and all rules. I was terrified of breaking any rules from like elementary school all the way to high school. And even the rules that my parents set for me were terrifying to break. But once you become an adult, you realize those rules don't really exist, and it's so important that you push back against them. Within reason, of course, and also don't break the laws. Those are not arbitrary rules. But there were so many social, personal, and even mental rules that I set up for myself during my childhood and teen years that I'm only now beginning to break. Like, for example, I get overstimulated really, really quickly. Sometimes if I'm in a really loud environment, then I just shut down and I can't speak, and all I want to do is put on some headphones and blast some white noise. And for so long I thought that was somehow against the rules, because if you're in a mall, you need to be, chit-chatting and stuff. But as an adult, I'm realizing it's okay to just wear the headphones. It's also okay to have a midnight snack at 3 a.m. if you're hungry. It's okay to wear clothes that are a little bit more covering than usual, even though it's summer, if that makes you comfortable. These are all things that I needed to realize that they aren't rules that are set in stone. I can do whatever I want now that I'm an adult. Which leads me to my next lesson. You get to decide what you want with your life. I know, crazy. It sounds absolutely nuts, especially for me. I don't know why, but for some reason I kept thinking that I needed to follow the traditional life path of college, marriage, kids, retirement. But now that I'm older, I realize that you don't have to follow any of that. You don't have to go to college if you don't want to. You don't have to have a full-time job if you don't want to. You don't even have to have a job if you don't want to. And that might be controversial to say, but it's true. It's literally your life. You get to decide what career you want, if any. I know that a lot of my audience are people my age who are also probably in college, and I feel like everyone needs a good motivational message every now and again, because we're all just children who just happen to grow up. It helps to hear someone say, there, it's gonna be okay. I'm enjoying being an adult, but there's still a lot to learn, and I hope that we can learn together. See you in the next one. Is anyone excited for Halloween? I love Halloween. Like, it's not even funny how much I love, like, the Ember and Ober months. I will make a fat Halloween video, bro. I also figured in this end card, I'd just mention something, because I'm there's a lot of new people here. But let me just say this. I have only ever had 2 public social media accounts: YouTube, DeviantArt, and the email linked in my bio. I got an email a couple of months ago of someone saying they thought they were talking to me on Discord. I do not have a public Discord. I have never joined any public servers. So watch out for impersonators. Yeah. I hope you're enjoying these weird, like, philosophical, vloggy, artistic videos. I don't know. I'm trying to expand and experiment. I don't know. Enjoy life, guys. Bye. Happy August.